Neymar Jr. will be leaving Paris Saint-Germain after six years at the capital club, and it's been a roller coaster ride because ever since we signed him for that record-breaking fee of 222 million euros, I had expectations, I had hopes, but sadly it did not go to fruition. But that doesn't mean I see Neymar Jr. to Paris Saint-Germain as a failure. Quite the opposite. I think Neymar gave every Paris Saint-Germain fan hope of the Champions League. Even the five previous seasons between 2012 and 2016 were great years. I mean, the Zlatan period and all of that. But when Neymar and also Mbappe joined him, Paris Saint-Germain finally hoped of winning that Champions League. And yes, we did not win the Champions League, but we came so close. And Neymar Jr. was a crucial part for that. Sadly, a lot of seasons he was injured in the most important games, which I don't blame on him. Most people, a lot of PSG fans also blame injuries on him, which is quite weird when Neymar actually, when he was at the pitch, he always put 150% effort into Paris Saint-Germain winning as many games as possible. And when he was fit, he was crucial in the Champions League, and his stats speak for themselves. 22 goals and 17 assists in 41 games. That's exceptional from Neymar Jr. And the thing about Neymar, it wasn't just goals and assists, it was performances, it was dribbles, it was playmaking, it was just absolute brilliance. Obviously, we can talk about the 1920 when we reached the Champions League final, and he was a vital part. Obviously, Kylian Mbappe just came off a big injury, and Neymar Jr. was there to carry us. Versus Atalanta, completing the most dribbles in a Champions League game. Versus Leipzig, him and Di Maria put on a show. Sadly, in the final, it could not happen. Neuer did not let the goal pass him, but Neymar Jr. was so crucial. Neymar Jr. in Ligue 1 was so crucial, and he gave me happiness. He was my favorite player alongside Marco Verratti at this club, and every game I tuned in, Neymar Jr. was playing. I was so delighted, especially in the 17-18 season where he was the best player in the world. What he did in the Champions League group stage versus Celtic, Bayern München and Anderlecht, and what he did in the league will go down in history. I've never seen anything like that apart from maybe Lionel Messi, because what Neymar Jr. did for this club, when he joined us as the best player in the world, put Paris Saint-Germain on the map. And listen, PSG fans can disrespect him as much as possible, but I still have a lot of love for Neymar Jr., even though with all the negatives that have followed him, the parties, the injuries and all of that. It's not that big of an issue for me, because what I expect from my players is when they're on the pitch, they give 110%. And I can guarantee you that Neymar Jr. did that for his entire time at Paris Saint-Germain. It ends now. I've accepted it. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. But Neymar Jr., listen, I know you will leave PSG with pain, especially what the Ultras did lastly and how the club pushed you out to Saudi Arabia. But I have only great memories of you, Neymar Jr. I would love, I mean, it won't happen, but obviously some reports are indicating that you may return to Europe after your contract in Saudi Arabia ends. I would love to see you again at the Parc des Princes, but obviously you would not want to return to Paris. But I don't know, it's too many emotions when it comes to Neymar Jr. When I see the comps and everything, and everybody saying au revoir and all of that, and people saying even failed talent and all of that, I don't really care. I could not give a fuck, because Neymar Jr., one thing you did, and one thing you always did when you were on the pitch, was making people smile. I smiled when you nutmegged people, when you laughed at people, when you carried Paris Saint-Germain, when you did great stuff. And even when they were pushing you out, you still wanted to win. You said, I want to stay whether there's love or not. And that, I will remember that. That will stay with me, Neymar Jr. You will be truly missed by me, by most PSG fans. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Throughout this season and upcoming future seasons, PSG fans will start to remember you as the legend you are, as the player you are, as the personality you are. People will start missing you. Now it's hatred. In the future, it's love, it's compassion. Because, yeah, you put us on the map. Mbappe, maybe wouldn't have joined us if you joined. Messi would definitely not have joined us, or very unlikely to join us if you hadn't been at this club. The money you generated for this club. Because people, when they look at Neymar, they see no Champions League, aka failure. I definitely don't see it that way. Paris Saint-Germain would not be worth over 4 billion at this moment if you had not joined us, if you didn't make the decision, if you didn't call us and say, activate my release clause, I want to join Paris. Obviously in 2019 you tried to leave and all of that, but I forgave you. I forgave you, as I will soon be forgiving Kylian Mbappe for wanting to leave to Real Madrid. But it's understandable. It's understandable. At that point, I was mad at you. At that point, I was not happy with you. At that point, your attitude was definitely not okay. But how you silence everybody, including myself, in that Strasbourg game with that bicycle kick, I will never forget. I will never forget. I was just laying down. The game was about to done. Diallo puts in the cross and you hit it with a bicycle kick. Man, Neymar. Man, Neymar. Man, Neymar. Man, Neymar. 6 years. It ends now. And as I said, in here, inside of my heart, it will never end. You will always be remembered. And as I said, you are a club legend, in my opinion, because you were here for quite a time and you definitely put on a legacy. Even though you missed more than half of your games, still, you just being there, still just being there, just knowing that you are there, the players knowing that you are there, made such a huge difference and impact. And obviously, Kylian Mbappe, even though he was pretty much a priority reason you left the club, still, without you, Mbappe maybe wouldn't be the player he is today. I know that he's learned a lot of you. I know that he's learned a lot from you. I know that you put him under your shoulder and learned him a lot of stuff. And I hope, Neymar, that you enjoy your 2 years in Saudi Arabia. And as the report said, you come back, you bring glory back to Brazil, you come back to Europe and do something. Because Neymar, I see it as a story that hasn't ended yet in European club football. That's been it. That's my farewell message to Neymar Jr. You will be missed. And to every PSG fan, instead of saying, wow, it ended, it's done, it's over, be happy that it happened. Paris Saint-Germain is the only club in Europe, the second only club in Europe that has had the greatest of Neymar Jr. wearing their shirt. That's been it. Smash the like button, subscribe, and as usual, allez, Paris.